So, in talking to people, I have come to realize that a lot of them would rather be self taught when it comes to intuitive development. Doing research online, reading books, watching YouTube videos, just meditating and, trying to get answers for themselves, etc. And I totally agree with all of that. However, I also suggest formal instruction. I think in the early stages, when you're first starting to learn intuitive development, that it's easy to get discouraged. And I think it's easy to meditate and not see anything, hear anything, feel anything. And I think it's easy to throw your hands up in the air and say, well, I suck. I can't do this. Or I guess everyone else has angels except for me, or, forget it. Psychic abilities doesn't exist. This is just impossible. This is stupid. I can't even believe I'm doing this. Right? I think that's something that can easily happen in the beginning, which is why I really encourage you guys to seek out formal instruction in addition to doing your own research, because I think the hand-holding is really going to benefit you guys. And another thing is that meditating can be a really passive activity where you're just kind of sitting there waiting for the other side to communicate with you and give you answers, right? Sometimes I'll meditate and just focus on my breathing. I'll quiet my mind by just focusing on my breathing and say, okay, send me the answers, right? But there's a whole other side to meditation that includes being a little more active, sitting down with a pen and paper and doing automatic writing and asking questions. Like even if you write out the question, sometimes the answer will pop into your head before you're finished writing the question out because the other side can read your mind, right? Automatic writing and just even using your imagination to pull information out of them. I will picture the person's higher self and say, what is your higher self doing right now? And then they'll show me an image of their higher self, like, drawing or kicking a soccer ball or something like that. And they'll be like, oh, your higher self is playing soccer right now. It's like, oh, that makes sense. I love soccer. That kind of stuff, where the other side will grab on to your imagination and take it a step further. And, I know it's really easy for people to just dismiss you and be like, that whole thing was your imagination. It's like, no, because that's how the other side communicates with you. They'll grab onto your imagination and take it a step further. So pay close attention to those things. And that's also why they'll have a beach meditation. You're walking along the ocean and you can hear the sound of the waves. Feel the sand below your feet. How does it feel to you? And then, as you're walking along, maybe, this person, like in your mind's eye, in your imagination, you see, this guy running up to you, getting down on one knee and holding out a ring. It's like, oh, my boyfriend's about to propose to me. Cool. Anyone else would dismiss that as, you're dreaming. You just want him to, right? You're fantasizing. It's like, no, maybe that was your angels sending you the thought of, well, this is what you can expect later as you're walking along this path, right? They're sending that to you clairvoyantly. So it's important to know those kinds of things in how to be a little more active as opposed to passive in actually pulling energy out of the other side and trying to meet them halfway and work with them. But, another thing is just even learning how to listen during meditation and learning how the other side communicates with you. Learning about the four clairs: claircognizance, clairsentience, clairvoyance, and clairaudience. How is the other side going to send you those messages? How are you going to receive them? And learning the methods that they use so that you can hear them and decipher. And there's a lot of tricks to pulling information out of the other side. So, there's all sorts of stuff that you can do just to raise your vibration, to deep breathing exercises for mental focus, quieting your mind, making sure you're relaxed and calm. Even little things like, amethyst cleanses the energy around you and protects you and opens up your third eye. So it's good to have amethyst around you. It's good to burn white candles around you. That also cleanses the energy. It's good to burn sage or Palo Santo to cleanse the energy and to cleanse yourself as a clear channel. See what I mean? All these things that you can learn, and I just feel like formal instruction can kind of give you guys a boost in doing this. and that's why I'm suggesting a little more hand holding. And also, you guys, there isn't a whole lot of societal support in doing this. So I think it's fantastic for you guys to sit in a classroom with other people who know what a spirit guide is. So you can feel that love and acceptance from other people as opposed to scrutiny and judgment and people thinking you're insane. That's really what I want for you. And, I remember sitting in my Reiki course looking around and thinking, wow, look at all these healers. This is fantastic. Look at all these healers. Because, my job gets kind of lonely. I work by myself all day and I get kind of lonely. And sometimes I do feel like the only intuitive counselor and the only Reiki master in the world because I'm not really around the others. And so it was so refreshing for me to be in a room filled with Reiki masters. We had that common goal, common purpose. And it was so refreshing for me to have that. I was just so grateful to have that community around me. And I think that's why I wanted to make this video, is because I know seeking formal instruction takes time, money, effort, dedication, but it's also worth it. I think it's also worth it to have that in your repertoire. And, seek out people that you know and you trust who have this knowledge. Seek out people who have been doing this for a long time in my industry that you're like, wow, that's a lot of experience, that's a lot of knowledge. James Van Praagh, for example, he's been in my industry for over 30 years. So that's a lot of knowledge right there. So, people like that use the resources that are available to you. Have that knowledge be a resource for you so that you can learn and grow from their experiences, because they have a lot of valuable information to teach. I don't have any classes. I guess my classes are my YouTube channel. So please enjoy my YouTube videos, but I don't live in your state. $10 says I don't live in your state, and YouTube is global. So I think it's great for you guys to find that local community, spiritual center that can really help you in person, and to find that local school that can teach you, or has a mentorship program who can really take you under their wing and show you the ropes and hold your hand. And I don't know, it's great for you guys to figure things out for yourself, and you can figure things out for yourself. You have free will. You're a free thinker. Go, see, do, learn, be a sponge, learn everything you possibly can. But to supplement that, I really, really encourage you guys to seek out the formal instruction. It's good for you. It's good for you to find that support, and it's especially good for you to surround yourself with people who don't think you're completely insane. And in the meantime, take care and be well. Thank you.